This is the Flat Shoals Elementary School second grade team data overview. The purpose of this presentation is to analyze second grade STAR reading data over 3 years at Flat Shoals Elementary School to see if our gender-based classes have any correlation to our students' reading scores. A little bit of demographic data. Flat Shoals Elementary School is a Title I school located in South DeKalb County. We are 99% African American, 1% Hispanic. We are a highly transient school. We receive students from 5 efficiency hotels and 6 apartment complexes. Every student receives free breakfast and lunch. Because of the population that we service and community issues and environment issues, we've done a lot to put in strategies to improve student achievement. One of those strategies was to create gender-based classes on every grade level from grades 1 to 5. So for this presentation, we're examining the second grade data for the second grade girls class and the second grade boys class for the years 2014, 2015, and 2016. Here, we have the girls reading data from 2014 using the STAR test. 21 students were tested. Out of those 21 students, 10 or 48% scored at or above grade level, and 7 or 33% scored below grade level. In 2015, 14 out of 27 girls, or 52%, scored at or above grade level, and 5 out of 27, or 19% of girls, scored below grade level. In 2016, 17 out of 23 students, or 74% of them, scored at or above grade level, and 3 out of 23, or 13%, scored below grade level. For the boys, in 2014, 3 out of 27, or 11% of them, scored at or above grade level. 13 out of 27, or 48% of boys in 2014, scored below grade level. In 2015, 6 out of 25 boys scored at or above grade level, making for 25%. And same thing for below grade level. 6 out of 25, or around 25%, scored below grade level. In 2016, 11 out of 25, or 41% of boys scored in the at or above grade level category, and 2 out of 25, or 7%, scored below grade level. This is the girls' comparative data for all 3 years, 2014, 2015, and 2016. The second grade girls showed consistent growth in reading over the years based on the STAR test. The number of girls scoring at or above grade level increased every year, while the number of girls in the other categories decreased. So we can see here consistently every year that the number of girls who are at or performing at or above grade level increased from 2014, 15, and 16. And then the numbers very clearly show that there was a decrease in the other categories. The boys' comparative data shows a similar story. The boys increased every year, and the other categories decreased also. The boys also showed consistent growth in reading over the years. Their numbers are not as drastic as the girls. However, growth is growth, and they did a wonderful job. Overall, between the boys and the girls, some strengths and weaknesses that we identified from STAR were that as a grade level, as the boys and the girls were both very strong in vocabulary acquisition, they were both able to demonstrate understanding of word relationships and nuances in word meanings. They were both able to use context clues to define the meanings of words they did not know. And they were able to use words and phrases that they use in conversations, um, and use those in their text. And they were able to pick up on adjectives and adverbs, and they knew um, that they were describing words. And they were able to compare and contrast the most important parts presented by two texts on the same topic, which was a skill that we really honed in on based on their first grade data. Some weaknesses: the boys and girls both had difficulty reading and comprehending informational text. This was a problem that we had throughout our building on most grade levels. When it comes to reading informational text, our children do not do well. So in the future, we do have interventions in place to address that, teaching a lot of the content areas like social studies and science through reading, making it fun, hands-on, and interactive for them in order to improve that in the future. Some other weaknesses: the boys and the girls both had trouble describing how reasons support specific points that the author makes in the text. They all had issues with fluency, phonemic, and phonological awareness. The data shows that both the girls and the boys' gender-based classes showed increased growth in reading every year between 2014 and 2016. The data shows that in gender-based model that the girls and the boys show consistent growth over 3 years. However, the girls performed at higher levels than the boys every year. The question I leave you guys with is, what do you think caused this?